โอเคค่ะทุกคนเมื่อวานนะคะที่เราแบบว่าได้อินเทอร์วิวกันไปว่าแต่ละคนนะคะแต่ละเอ็กซ์เพรสที่แบบมาเนาะมีความคิดเห็นยังไงกันบ้างเกี่ยวกับ Future School นะคะว่ามันควรจะหน้าตาเป็นยังไงค่ะวันนี้เราอยู่กับอีกหนึ่งท่านนะคะจากออสเตรเลียเลย so I would like you to introduce yourself and share a little bit of what you're doing right now and then the perspective of how the future school should look like.
Excellent. Look, my name's Matthew. I come from Sydney, Australia. I'm a teacher. I teach leadership and strategy at a university, and I mainly focus on teaching people who are transitioning from senior leadership to executive leadership. What can I tell you about the future of leadership? I believe the future of leadership is going to be more human focused than it has been in the past. We need to move away from our dependence on task and doing stuff, because that stuff is going to be done by AI and it's going to be done by other people. And so our future is to be constantly being creative and constantly evolving and constantly focusing on building strong relationships. We tend to in the West put the task or the work ahead of the relationships, and that is not helping. That's not serving us anymore. It is causing huge amount of problems. It is creating a lot of fear within organizations, and people are not really deciding to lean in and to try something new and to develop something new. And if we can't do that, then we don't add value anymore.
Okay, so that's how you see the leadership gap is missing in the market and also in the corporate world. Yes, and now, so what kind of school should look like? The future school should look like to be able to prepare the students to cope with that situation.
Yeah, and that's a really good question. And I go back to your presentation from this morning, right? Which it's still on my mind, right? And one of the things you really identified well was when is the best time to learn. And I can tell you that I'm learning now, and this is not the best time for me to learn, right? The best time to learn is when the younger you are, the better it is. And the younger, and if we can sort of inspire the young people to get away from learning just reading, writing, and stuff which we think they need to know, and allowing them to learn what they think they need to have in order to be able to contribute better, we will get much better outcomes. We will get people who will take control of their own learning, who will develop themselves, and will actually have a real ownership of their own journey. In Australia at the moment, we tell them what they need to learn. We get resistance of that, and people constantly tell us that this is not what we want to learn, and we ignore them, and we just basically tell them to learn what we tell them to. And so now people are less interested in education. People are less interested in what they can do. They don't aspire to do something better, and all they want to do is just have an easy, comfortable life where they don't have to think too hard. And that's not bringing the best out of us. It helps to bring the worst out of us.
Okay, so that's the perspective about future school.
Yeah.
And how do you see in 10 years, in the next 10 years time, how people learn?
I think well, another good question. I think people won't learn through universities as much anymore as they did before. I don't think they will learn through traditional schools as much as they did anymore. We learn by doing, and we learn by thinking and turning thought to action. And one of the things that we don't do is in schools at the moment, we try to build this incredible thought, and then we would say, oh, and one day you will turn it to action.
Mm-hmm.
And knowledge is obsolete the moment it is created. And so what is important is that we are constantly building the capacity and the mental ability to turn thought to action. And it doesn't matter if it's successful or not. It doesn't matter if it's perfect or not. It's about just being able to constantly go from thought to action, thought to action, thought to action, and we just concertina our way forward in order to be able to generate something that is of real value to humanity and real value to our planet.
Yes, true. I always share to the parents in Thailand that when you keep educating the knowledge, it just be in the air,
Yes.
There's nowhere to go. We need to change that into action so then they could do the real learning and apply in the real life.
And so I was teaching nurses for a while, and they told me how they learn, right? And they said the way we learn is we see one, we do one, we teach one,
Okay.
right? And so in everything they do, they first observe how it's done, then they actually do it, and then they have to teach it to someone else. And it's not really until you actually convert the thought to action and help someone else do that action that it actually then makes sense to you. Because at that moment, when you teach, you understand the logic of what you're doing. And because you cannot teach without understanding the logic of what you've just done.
True.
And the moment you understand that logic, for most people, light bulbs go off and they go, oh my God, I get it. This is it. This is what really is the difference.
True.
And if I do more of this, then this will happen. I now understand. I now can take control, and I now can be the captain of my own destiny.
Yes. And that is actually also related to communication skill,
Yes.
right? People should be able to transfer the knowledge
Yes.
and make sure that people could understand. And that get back to your leadership that you're beginning with, like the skill of the leadership of the future.
The skill is very different now. The skill is very much going to be understanding how we can communicate better and how we can actually help people understand. And it's not, and to be able to do that, I can no longer communicate from my position, because my position means that most of the world would not understand me.
Mhm.
I need to start communicating from multiple different positions, and I need to be communicating and understanding what it's like for a 5-year-old to understand my message, for a 50-year-old to understand my message, for a person who is wealthy to understand my message, for a person who is not wealthy to understand my message, because each of them are connected in a different way to the knowledge that surrounds us.
Mhm.
And once we understand how we can actually get people connected to that knowledge, they will actually take what they need in
Yes.
order to be able to achieve what they need to.
I can talk to you all day, but thank you so much for the very valuable information and
Thank
the
you.
sharings.
And-
Thank you very much.
And as always, I'm a big fan of your work. I think what you're doing is groundbreaking. So keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you very much ขอบคุณค่ะ Thank you โอเค เรียบร้อยค่ะ บ๊ายบาย